Como siempre, bienvenidos a Aftercluv. Estamos desde Ultra México con Ferry Corsten. Ferry, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you very much. Yourself?
Thank you. Are you excited to be here in Mexico?
Yeah, every time.
Yeah, I know. You love Mexican people and we love you back. So I wanted to ask you, how can you describe trance in your own words, like in your own perspective?
I would like to say a good trance track is almost like if classical music back then was written today.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it very much. So what about the evolution of trance music nowadays? It changed a lot.
It's changed a lot, yes. I mean, as it should, right? I mean, it should never stay the same. It had like a moment where it became almost EDM, very rough, and it lost a bit of the emotional touch that trance is actually known for. But it seems to be coming back. It's definitely becoming more epic, and the melodies are longer again, and it's like more storytelling. So, yeah, that's my personal favorite.
Okay.
So I feel like a lot more of like the turn of the century vibes coming back, which is great. I love it.
Talking about this, like the circle of life, we have the EDM on top, big room on top, trance on top in one time. What do you think it's next?
I don't know. I don't know if there's one genre that's going to be really big again. Right now, bass is really big, right? So, what's next? Perhaps it is trance.
Yeah.
It could be real. Like I also hear now and then like old school groovy house coming back, and everything starts to sound 90s again. And that's where in the late 90s everything was sounding 80s. And you now see that a lot of the 90s elements are coming back. Even in the speaking of, in terms of like drum sounds, for example, there was a moment when using those particular drum sounds was not cool, and now it's all cool again, right? And you hear that in techno, you hear that in house, trance. And I love where techno is going. I think that might actually be the next big thing, because techno is actually really becoming really interesting, also for a trance lover, right? Because it's very melodic. So yeah, I think techno is actually the next one.
They're like similar, right? If you can find it,
There's definitely parallels. Yeah, I mean, I play some tracks in my set that you almost classify as techno. Yeah. So and seeing what some of the techno guys are playing, with the big trance drops. Yeah, it's great.
So talking about great music, we love Blueprint. So I heard for you it was like the beautiful album of your career, the best one. Is it?
Yeah, it was a labor of love. It was one of those where it was a risk. Especially in today's age with Spotify and everyone just wanting, quick. So, yeah. But I think there's still a good appreciation out there, enough appreciation out there for an album like Blueprint, where it's just where it requires you to sit down and listen, and experience it. And what better than, instead of saying like, oh yeah, my album tells a story, now to actually tell a story. So I really wanted to do that whole thing, and to make all the elements of the album work together in terms of the artwork and the story and the song lyrics. And the song lyrics should be about the story, but the songs should also be like standalone. If you don't know the story, they should make sense. All of those things. It was a headache, but it was really, really fun to do. And I think I have a dilemma with the next album.
Okay.
Because if I do now a normal album again, it's gonna be boring. So I don't know what to do next.
Well, it's good to outstand yourself. So what about Unity? What's happening with that?
It's going. Yeah, it's lined up. Quite a few collabs now. There's one almost done with Ilan Bluestone, Gabriel Dresden, BT, RT, Marcus Schultz. There's talks going on with Garrett Emery. So yeah, it's cool. It's the first one with Paul Oakenfold was new to people. Like, okay, what's this whole Unity thing about? And I think after a few releases with Dimension and Jordan Suckley, and I think people are starting to get it now, and that it is artists from different areas within trance working together. So let's see what comes out. And yeah, it's a fun project.
It's really, really great what you're doing. So congratulations. And anything you want to say to your fans?
Well, glad to be back here again in Mexico. It's, you know, once a year is not enough, so hopefully more often. 5 times a year, yeah. Mexico is big enough, I think so. But yeah, so I hope you get to enjoy my set later on, and see you soon.
Ok, thank you very much. Y bueno, ustedes recuerden suscribirse, prender la campanita, darle like al video, compartirlo y darle amor a Ferry Corsten. Nos vemos en la próxima. Esto fue Aftercluv.